All right, it's your host with the most. I got some notes written over here, so if you catch me glancing, that's just what I'm looking at. Yeah, but anyway, it's Mike. Today I'm diving into something that's a little different, but equally exciting. This is how to become an extrovert. Specifically, we're starting to focus on a critical step, starting to speak your mind. Trust me, this is a game changer because I'm telling you, it's time to step out of the shadows and let the world hear your voice. It's time. And if you're watching this video, you've pretty much made it clear that you understand that. That's fantastic. But here's the thing. Many people are trapped in thinking about the change rather than actually doing the change. If your plan is to start speaking your mind, the time for planning is over. Now is the time for action. One of the biggest traps for introverts or anybody struggling with motivation, discipline, or anything like that is overthinking. You say to yourself, okay, it's time to start speaking my mind. But then nothing. You're still there rehearsing the conversation in your head. But here's the secret. The real transformation comes from doing, not just thinking. Here's where we flip the script. Your next conversation, don't rehearse it. Just speak your mind. Say exactly what you're thinking, how you're thinking it. And yes, if it's something controversial, even better. The person you're talking to will be so thrown back. They won't be expecting this bold, unfiltered version of you. And that's precisely the point. Isn't that exactly the point though? Why hide the real you? When you start speaking your mind, the reactions you get might surprise you. Some people might be shocked, and that's okay. But listen, avoid apologizing. Stop saying you're sorry. Stop taking back your words. Do not backtrack. Instead, stay firm. You can sit in complete silence if you have to. Listen, trust me. But whatever you do, don't just immediately start apologizing. Let's just say you're talking to a girl and you say something wild. In your head, you're immediately going to be thinking, oh my goodness, why did I say this? Right? In reality, you don't know what the other person is thinking. You don't know that she doesn't like that you just said that. She could have been waiting for you to say that. So whatever you do, don't backtrack. And if whoever you're talking to, it doesn't have to be a girl. It could be literally anybody, a teacher, your boss, your friend, your family member. It doesn't matter. But if they try to change the subject, y'all can go off a little bit, but try to gently steer it back. The reason this is important is because this shows you're committed to what you just said. And this is going to slowly start changing your relationships with people, how they react to you and the things that you say. And over time, listen, I'm trying to tell you, this is all a mindset thing. If you start thinking it, if you start saying it, and people start reacting to you in that same way, that just becomes who you are. Seriously, think about it. When you're sitting at home alone, you ever just had a conversation to yourself? That conversation is who you really are because you're completely comfortable. You're just talking to yourself. Why can't you talk to other people like that? You can. Just start doing it. I'm telling you. Stop planning it. That's the problem. Stop planning. Stop saying, I'm going to start speaking my mind. Actually start doing it. Your very next sentence literally start speaking your mind. That's all it takes. So here's where it really gets hard. You need to start practicing doubling down. After the initial shockwave you sent through the conversation, doubling down is your way of saying, I'm not just following the conversation. I'm the one with the steering wheel. I'm steering this conversation too. You have your say, you can, grab your wheel, but I have a wheel too. I'm not just in the passenger seat, just following whatever you want to say. This is going to help you start being better at conversation making. And I'll need to make a whole new video on this. The reason that I'm making this video in the first place is because I feel like I was really bad at conversation making. I was so bad. And as soon as I started implementing these steps, especially on speaking your mind, that's when I started getting better, because it really is just a mindset thing. If you think you're bad at making conversation, you will be bad at making conversation. If you're confident and just know that the conversation is going to be good before you even start, the conversation will be good. I'm trying to tell you, this is so transformative in your life, and it really feels so empowering. Once you change this specifically, you're going to start doing things you never did before. You're going to start talking to people that you never talked to before, even things you never thought you would do. You start trying new foods. You start going to the gym. Not going to flex. But listen to this. Becoming an introvert is not just about being louder or being more social. That's what a lot of people think it is, just being more social, talking to more people, being able to speak louder, speak, with more presence. And that is a part of it. But you know what the real part of being an extrovert is? What I recently discovered way too late, what it really is being more authentic and being more assertive, just being true to yourself. It's about letting the world see the real you without filters. Now, does that mean go out and do something crazy, like do something illegal? No, I'm not telling you that. That's not my advice. Don't say you got that advice from me. What I'm telling you is just take a step back, speak your mind, let them be shook if they're gonna be shook. The path to becoming an extrovert starts from just speaking your mind and then standing behind them. You must stand behind them. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, if at first, when you first try it, it might be too much. You might have to just like try to like take it back just a little bit. Actually, no, this is me taking it back right now. Listen, double down. You see, I just caught myself. Maybe I'll do another video on doubling down too. But listen, that's it for today. If this video struck a chord with you and you're about to start speaking your mind right now, go hit the like button and subscribe, because you can already tell you like my advice if you watched this long in the video. Remember, your voice deserves to be heard. And until next time, speak your truth. It's Mike signing off.